People always ask how I balance my family life with 400 shows a year. I'm just doing what I love with the people I love. It's my magic life.
I like Wes Iseli. I like everything about him.
All right, guys, we are back. And this week it is Natalie and I.
Yep.
We are having a heck of a time getting guests, guys. It's not that we don't have people reaching out saying, hey, I want to be on the podcast. I have people that I'm turning down. One thing, I don't want witches on my podcast. I don't want tarot card readers on our podcast. I don't want, fortune tellers.
Yeah.
Palm readers. Holistic medicine people. That's not something we're into. We don't, whatever. Turning those down all day long. But another thing, I have magicians I've never heard of asking to be on, and don't want to be rude, but I haven't heard of you. I don't know you. They don't have videos they can send me. They don't have a good website or a website at all.
You have nothing to see what they perform and do, right?
So I don't know if they're good or not. I don't know if they're good guys. I don't know anything about them.
You need some sort of sample video or something.
I'd like to know something about them coming into it.
Right.
Hey, I'd like to be on your podcast. All right, send me one sheet. Send me your information sheet. Send me videos. I don't have that. So I can't do that. But we had Santa booked for last year. Santa got violently sick. And we rescheduled him for this year.
Gotcha.
Last week, he just ghosted us. We didn't hear anything.
Yeah.
So after we recorded our podcast, we have a deadline. I'm waiting. We recorded on Tuesday night. It goes out Wednesday. I don't have time. So I finally got a hold of him, and he said, yeah, I'm just real busy this time of year, and I'm not going to be able to do it. Sorry. That was it. Conversation over. You're selling a book. I thought we wanted to sell a book. I don't know.
Oh, well.
I know, but he had a good message. I kind of, whatever.
Okay.
Then, I had an actress reach out to me. I want to be on the podcast. Now we're talking. She was talking about that at 45 years old.
Too much
I'm not, but I'm going to say, at 45 years old, she gave up her dream of being an actress for 17 years. And at 45 years old, her actress career just took off. She's in a new Christmas Hallmark movie. She sent me her IMDb page with all these credits. Great. Let's book you for next week.
She's on set. She can't.
She got a job. She's
Yeah.
on set.
Yeah.
Her actor's career took off.
Yeah.
So we have her rescheduled for December 18th. That'll come out in that podcast.
Oh, perfect.
But she did bail on me 3 days ago.
Well,
so then
she didn't bail on you. It never got scheduled for this week.
Yeah, it was scheduled. She wanted that day. And then she said, well, come to find out, I'm going to be on set.
I didn't hear that part.
Then I had another guy who is a public speaker. Is that what you call him? Just a speaker? Motivational speaker. How about that?
Yeah.
Handicapped guy that I don't even know what his disability is.
I thought he had cerebral palsy.
Cerebral palsy. Sounds great. But he talks about... It's what?
That's what his website says.
I saw on his website, he says, I've been living with this disability, and I was a foster kid. I never saw a disability listed.
Well, now you have me doubting myself.
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't do research because he bailed on us.
I am fairly certain it said cerebral palsy.
We had him booked for tonight.
Yeah.
And yesterday, he's like, oh, you record on Riverside. I'm not good with Riverside. It's okay. I'll walk you through it. Why don't you log in now? I have off today, yesterday, Monday. I was in the office. I was not anything major going on. I'll log in. I'll put you on my iPad. We'll talk back and forth while you get all the kinks and bells and whistles worked out. He was on for what? Over an hour.
Something.
He could not get his microphone to turn on. Come to find out he was on an Android phone. I said, well, that's your problem right there. Who uses an Android? And we were laughing. He could hear me fine. But whatever. Then he was going to use his roommate's computer, and I think the roommate didn't come home tonight or something. Yeah. So he can't log into the computer. He couldn't get use of it. Whatever.
Last minute cancel.
You got us. Yep. But that was a last minute cancel. I'm like, God, I cannot win. It's Thanksgiving week. We sat down at dinner. We wrote a whole list of stuff to talk to you guys about. So you got us, and we're on a roll. And guess what? Even when it's just weeks of us, and I'm like, oh, you got us again. Our numbers aren't decreasing.
Well, that's good.
People love us.
No.
People love just hearing
Lord.
us. Thanksgiving week.
Yay!
Let's get started.
Thanksgiving
All right.
week.
Talk about it. What do you remember as a kid of Thanksgiving? What are some memories you remember?
I just remember it being a nice time. Everybody got along because it was a holiday and yummy smelling food and everything else. I don't remember. My parents might say, no, we did a couple times. We traveled down to family for Halloween. And then sometimes we'd stay home. Thanksgiving. I'm looking at your Halloween thing up there. Thanksgiving, but sometimes we'd stay home. But yeah, it was always fun.
Did you have family come over to your house? Or is it just you guys?
That is a question for my parents. As far as I know, if we stayed home, it was just us. I don't think everybody from Virginia came to our house. If we saw family on Thanksgiving, I do believe we went to their house. So, I mean, I remember going to a couple different aunts and uncles a couple years, but I don't think we didn't go every year. We'd have Thanksgiving at home on our own.
So mine growing up was my brother, his wife, their kid, my sister, whoever she's dating at the time, and her 2 kids, and my mom, my dad, and me.
Yeah.
Was pretty much every Thanksgiving. We played football. I remember that was the day you threw football. Like, hardly ever did we throw football, just play catch.
Yeah, if we were visiting family, I remember always going outside with all of my cousins and all, and we'd do something.
Yeah.
Play something. It was never playing inside. We were always outside. You just send the kids outside. Get them out from underfoot.
Do you remember, I guess it was 5 years ago, it was Thanksgiving, and my parents had passed away, so my sister wanted to have Thanksgiving at her house. And we went to her house, and you boo-hooed on her back deck because you couldn't get pregnant for the second time.
I did not cry, but I was talking about it, but I wasn't crying.
No, you were.
I did not cry. I was upset about it. I might have been showing emotion, but I wasn't.
Your eyes were welling up.
I was not crying. I had tears coming down my face. No, I did not.
I'm going to call my sister-in-law, and I'm going to ask her, because she was right there with us.
She was the one I was talking to. She was the one I was asking. It was a conversation between me and her.
And I was there.
And yeah, I remember talking about it. And then the following January, I got pregnant.
With twins.
But we had been trying for over a year. And when you get to the year mark, you start asking questions. And I went to the doctor and to figure out if something was wrong. Nothing was wrong. Wes refused to go and see if it was on his end.
I knew it wasn't me.
And fertility treatments were just outrageously expensive. And I was like, if we do the fertility route, we're not going to have any money to raise the kid. So, and thank God we didn't go that route because we needed our savings for COVID.
Well, and we'd have had a litter.
Possibly. Because, I mean, I might have had triplets.
Well, tell them that story. I don't know if we've said that on the air.
So in April, I bled, and it was a pretty good bleed. I thought I was miscarrying. And I boo-hooed the whole way to the doctor, and I was going by myself because... COVID. Wes couldn't come with me. And I was just crying. I mean, I was practically hyperventilating driving down the road. It probably wasn't a good idea for me to be driving, but I was. And I remember I got there and I said, I went bike riding and I've been walking at a good clip. I'm trying to stay healthy. I said, any of that did anything, or if it caused some sort of something when the baby's there, I won't ever do it again. I swear, it's nothing that you would have done. Nothing you would have done. But that's the thoughts that were going through my head.
It was 2 weeks to flatten the curve, if you remember that. So I went out and bought everybody brand new bikes. We're going to hang out. It's nice weather. Right. Let's go bike riding.
And we went bike riding. And we went bike riding on our road, but we also went bike riding on our back trails. And that's... And I was like, oh, I did something. I messed up. But he assured me it wasn't me. But anyway, it stopped. Bleeding stopped. And we heard the baby's heartbeat. And
the
all
single
was good.
baby's heartbeat.
Yes, we thought it was just one baby, so.
Because once they hear it, they don't go over. Why go over?
Luckily, Lex was still kicking in there, too. But we talked to the doctor later on in the pregnancy. I had to switch doctors because the doctor I was going to retired from delivering babies. He could only see me until 3 months. And so the doctor that I switched over to, he was like, hey, we will never know for sure, but that good chance that was a triplet, and you just lost a triplet. And I was like, oh my gosh, what would I have done if we had triplets? I didn't know what we were going to do with twins. Yeah. But anyway, where were we? Oh, Thanksgiving?
Thanksgiving,
right.
going to the sister's house.
Yes, yeah. So, yeah. But one thing I do remember doing, it was a school thing when I was in elementary school. They sent us home with corn kernels. And they said, you walk around your table, and this was a year that we were just home by ourselves. And everybody gets 2 corn kernels, and they have to say one thing they're thankful for before you eat dinner for each corn kernel.
And you remember doing that?
I remember doing that. I was like, gotta do it. Everybody said 2 things they were thankful for. So, that was kind of fun. I mean, that's the whole point of Thanksgiving. Be thankful for what you have, right?
I remember a speech I gave at Christmas time. And it wasn't, I mean, I said it out loud for everyone to hear because I thought it was great. And it wasn't.
Uh-oh.
I said, because I was a kid, right? I was like 10.
Okay.
They say it's the thought that counts for Christmas present.
Uh-oh.
And I thought about getting you guys all something, but I got no money. I got crickets. I got stared at. Nobody thought that was funny.
You thought I was going to chuckle.
I thought something was going to happen. I was like, maybe I said something wrong. Golly. I still remember that to this day. Because I made a big proclamation. Like, I thought I really had something there.
You did like the boys, everybody?
Yeah, at 10.
Yeah.
But they're 4. I was 10.
Aw, hey, well, you tried.
I still remember that. All right, so traditions. You remember saying thankfulness, whatever.
Yeah, I think we did it once. Maybe we did it the next year, too, and then that was it.
Did you go to, like, Jamestown or anything when you were growing up and see I guess the Pilgrims would be up in, like, not Salem. Where did we go to see the Rock, the Plymouth Rock? Where is that?
That's up in Massachusetts, isn't it?
We went there. Did you go, like, anything like that for?
Up in Massachusetts?
Yeah.
No, my first time in Massachusetts.
See, I think of the fall of being Jamestown. I guess it's when we always went in school.
Yeah.
Jamestown had nothing to do with Thanksgiving, though. That was 1492. They sailed to Ocean Blue, and they landed in Jamestown? Or no, they landed in Plymouth Rock.
Boy.
Right? Because Jamestown was like the first settlement.
Isn't Jamestown where, like John Smith and all that stuff happened there?
So is that Thanksgiving?
That was the 3 boats. Don't they have the 3 boats?
Yeah.
That took Lana?
Nina, Pinta, Santa Maria. That's all Jamestown, though, isn't it?
Isn't that the first?
But didn't they land at Plymouth Rock?
No, apparently not.
Yes!
Well, then why'd they come down to Jamestown?
Exactly. Maybe they sent more people, and that was the first.
Boy, we're showing our...
We're learning.
Boy.
We're learning. Let's Google it.
We learned all about this before, because we...
You're the homeschool teacher. You're supposed to teach Lana this.
Yeah, we taught Lana this a long time ago. I don't remember.
All right, well, you keep talking while I'm Googling. Thanksgiving.
I don't know, I feel like Jamestown. And Virginia. Yeah, it was Virginia. Because they named it after... And then they named the first baby. And then the whole disappearing colony, if you remember.
I remember the disappearing
colony. And all
colony.
that was Virginia.
The first Thanksgiving in English-speaking America was held on December 4th, 1619, at Berkeley Plantation, which is located up the James River from Jamestown.
There you go. But that's not... Okay.
So what is Plymouth Rock? That's got nothing to do with anything?
I don't know. This is bad.
Plymouth Rock Thanksgiving. What is that about?
Okay, and what does it say?
I don't know. Hold on.
What year was it?
Plymouth, Massachusetts celebrates Thanksgiving with a variety of events, including a parade, a family festival. That doesn't help me a bit.
Oh, they're just telling you about Plymouth, going if you go there. what they do now.
Why are they doing that if it's in Jamestown?
Because all of America celebrates Thanksgiving. They're just telling you what that town does for Thanksgiving.
I'm on the air. I'm trying to Google while I'm on the air. You keep talking. I got to figure out, what is Plymouth Rock then?
Moving on. Last year we got to host Thanksgiving, and that was fun.
Plymouth Rock has an engraving on it. It says 1620.
Okay.
I thought that was where we landed. We landed at Plymouth Rock.
No, we landed in Virginia.
We saw Plymouth Rock. It is like, I don't know, as big as a pillow in your bed.
It's a rock.
And there's like a deck built around it, and you can look down in a little caged area. Like, they don't want somebody stealing it because it's like as big as a pillow. Now, whether the rest of the rock is down under the sand, I have no idea. But
yeah, I don't either.
Yeah.
I mean, you would think it would. I was imagining it being much more substantial.
We saw it from the water.
It's like, you know, it's what it got named after.
Why is Plymouth Rock so famous?
Okay.
It's a slab of granite. According to legend, in 1741, Plymouth Rock was the site where the Pilgrim Fathers disembarked from their ship, the Mayflower. Nina Pinna, Santa Maria, Mayflower, all this stuff. Holy crap. I know you learned about the Mayflower.
It's getting garbled in my head. See, right now we're learning world history, and the United States hasn't even been founded yet.
So you think about Pilgrims, you think about Thanksgiving. The Pilgrims landed at Plymouth Rock. The whoever landed in Jamestown. That's why. Pilgrims, Plymouth Rock.
Okay.
But there was always pilgrims in the pictures with Indians having dinner in the little 3rd grade activity books.
Yep.
Was that Plymouth Rock or was that Jamestown?
I don't know.
Probably by that time they were all dead, so it was Plymouth Rock.
Give up. I don't know.
Anyway, back to everything. I just have my note here. It says lady throwing up. Have you ever seen that video of that lady getting the stuff out of the turkey and she's going, bleh,
oh,
bleh?
Yeah.
I'm going to put that in the Facebook podcast group. That is hilarious because she just keeps going.
Well, it's not the most fun thing to do, to get the turkey and grab everything out of there. It's slimy. But, man, when it's cooked, it tastes good. But grabbing all the stuff out of the insides and all the innards out and doing all that, that's not fun. You've never done it.
So you've seen the video of the lady going,
yes.
Like she just picks it up and goes, bleh.
Yeah.
And then she has to spread, and then she gags for just spreading the legs apart.
Yep.
And then she pulls the first thing out and gags. And then there's a neck inside.
Yep.
And then there's the bag. And every time it's worse and worse and worse.
Pull stuff out the butt, and you got to pull something out the head hole.
Have you seen the video, the viral video of the pregnant turkey?
Oh, where they put like a Cornish hen inside the turkey and they trick the kids.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They say, oh no, it's pregnant.
Oh my gosh. How did... And they don't even, it doesn't click that they don't have babies like that.
Where's the egg?
Well, they're kids.
Okay. Have you seen this? I'm not push and play on it, but I'll let you describe it. But I'll talk while you watch this. According to, I think it's PETA investigators, Butterball is going under investigation by the whoever for sexually assaulting turkeys. And they have all these videos of all these turkeys, and they're doing some. I mean, they're beating turkeys. They're bragging about it. And yeah, it's the videos are online. I'm not putting that in the Facebook group because it's too much. But
oh my gosh, that's awful.
The animal abuse thing. I mean, I get it. I get that part of it. Like, you can't. You have to separate yourself. Maybe if you're killing 1,000 birds a month or whatever they kill, 10,000 birds a month, you have to separate yourself from that. But hitting them over the head with a shovel, just being mean to them for no reason,
right? That
doesn't make sense.
Messed up. But
the sexually assaulting turkeys
is.
That I can't.
I
have no idea. I have no idea.
What the heck? Why would?
But that was all
I didn't
over.
need to see that. You
That was
feel
all
free
over the
to
internet.
not share videos like that with me.
I'm not putting it
I
on the
don't wanna see
Facebook
it.
group.
That's good. But
So-
I didn't need to see it either.
But I'll put the pregnant turkey and the lady throwing up. She didn't throw up. She just goes, bleh, and it's comical. It's comical.
Yeah.
But that's Thanksgiving.
Yep.
Miss Health Coach, do you have any Thanksgiving tips for all the
Oh.
viewers and listeners?
Sure. So this is what I tell my clients as far as Thanksgiving goes. If you're trying to be healthy over the holidays, go in with a plan, and there's three plans you can do. One, you just say, forget it. It's a holiday. I'm not caring. Make sure it's just for the day, and you get back to healthy eating on Friday. That plan, that's going to be hard, because it is hard to get back mentally. Is harder to get back when you just said, forget it, I'm just going to eat what I want, and you eat everything and as much as you want on Thanksgiving. But that's an option. If that's what you choose, that's what you choose. Just make sure you make it a day and not a week or 3 days.
It's a
and
holiday.
Not a holiday. Yes. Second
I'm
option
going to turn the heater off. Keep talking.
is to just stay hardcore and eat healthy. So the way you do that is you eat some turkey and you eat some of the side vegetables, and you stick to it, right? And you don't eat the stuffing, and you don't eat the sweet potato, things like that. You can also bring your own healthy side dish that you like as well. That way you definitely have something that you can eat along with your turkey. That's just staying the course over Thanksgiving.
What are some healthy appetizers? Or I don't want to cut you off. Did I cut you off?
Just like bring a vegetable tray.
I know, but all right, so that's fine. But what is the stuff that you make like healthy vegetables? Like when you guys do your night out, girls' night out, where you guys all get together and talk. What is some of the stuff that they can bring to their event that's going to be healthy?
Oh, I have different recipes.
Yeah, but like
a vegetable dip that's healthy. And
what was the vegetable dip? What is that made of?
I have to look.
You can't name the name of it?
No, I really can't. I have to look.
I'm thinking she had something that was like. What did we make? What did we make at? You said I could eat a vat of it, but it was like an appetizer. But I wanted to eat a vat of that at Super Bowl.
There's a buffalo chicken dip.
I love that, and that's healthy.
And then there's a chicken queso dip.
I like both of that.
Yeah. So that's yes.
If you want the recipes for that, how do they get those recipes, Natalie? We'll put them on the Facebook group, but also.
Or you can just reach out and I'll give them to you. It's fine. You can messenger me on Facebook. I'm Natalie Isley.
Or email.
NatalieAisley@gmail.com. I'll give it to you.
There you go.
Anyway, your third option is to kind of do a little bit of both. So try and stick to as much of just turkey and vegetables as you can. But if you know you absolutely have to have sweet potatoes or you have to have pie, get yourself a small portion and eat 3 bites and be done. Because after 3 bites, you're just eating to eat and trying to get that dopamine hit. You get a dopamine hit with your first bite. And then after 3 bites, you're just chasing that dopamine hit that you got with the first bite. And it's not really doing anything for you. So if you really have to have something and you want a slice of pie, we'll make it a teeny tiny one and have 3 bites and be done. And that way you got the taste and you didn't sabotage yourself and eat too much. But definitely know what you're going to do walking into your holiday. That way you stick with it and you feel good that you did what you were planning on doing. And then no matter what you do, make sure you're back on track on Friday. That way you don't totally undo all the progress that you've made so far. So that's what I tell my clients, and I get them to tell me what is your plan for the holiday. Let me know, and then check in with me on Friday, the day after. Let me know how Thanksgiving went. Did you stick to your plan? Did you not stick to your plan? No matter what they did, get back on track on Friday. And then check in with me. Say, I am back on track. I'm no more of the junk. And then go on from there.
I had a plan, but then they brought a key lime pie.
Right, yeah. You know, sometimes you slip off your plan, but you try and stick to it.
And then they brought out the pumpkin pie.
Wow.
And then they brought out the cookies.
No.
That's the way it happens.
What's more important? The key lime pie or your healthy goal that you want to get to?
That number on that scale the next day.
Well, not even the number on the scale, just being healthy and feeling good.
I know, but I like that number on the scale to move.
I know. But still.
Yeah, I'm feeling my soreness. I leaf blew and raked all day today. What, 2 to 5? 1 to 5?
Probably
I'm sore.
2.
I'm sore. You can leaf blow much, but when it gets up waist high,
it is not waist
high. It doesn't go any further. When the pile gets up, okay. So then you have to rake it and move it that way.
Yeah.
And then you can move it forward. So yeah. At Christmas time, Thanksgiving time, we start thinking about our charity and giving back, and I always think about it crazy at Christmas time. I don't know why, but it really kicks in. We try to do something all year long, but at Christmas time, we really try to give back.
Yeah.
The angel tree story. Have you told that on podcast before?
I don't know.
Tell them that angel tree story. Around here, I don't know if it's a national thing, but they had something called an angel tree where, I don't know if it's churches, I don't know if it's an angel tree is the charity.
Well, we found that one in the mall.
But I don't know if it's the charity, if the mall does it, but they get needy kids to fill out a little angel and they put them on trees. Yeah. They used to have them at Kroger.
Yeah.
At the mall.
Well, this one we found at the mall, and this was years upon years ago.
Lana was probably 3 or 4.
Yeah. And so, you look on there, and some of the kids are, asking for things that I can't even afford for my kids, And so...
They wanted 6 video games and a brand new...
And a whole system.
Xbox, PlayStation, whatever.
And that's fine. A kid can want that. That's great. But I can't, especially at that time, I can't afford that for us. I can't buy that for them. But I found one where a lady had filled out, she had, I think it was a little girl. It was maybe 1-year-old. And they always fill out the clothes size, no matter what. And then all she asked for was diapers and wipes. That was it.
And after reading all those other name tags, Natalie finds that one because she's trying to find one that you match with, or I can take care of this one.
Yeah, and I got teary-eyed. I said, "This is it. We're doing this one. We're getting that lady diapers. We're getting her wipes. We're getting her clothes for her kid, and we're racking that kid up with toys." And we did. I hope they had an awesome Christmas. I really, really do. But that just hit me. I mean, she didn't ask for toys. She didn't ask for books. She didn't ask for specific clothes. She didn't ask for anything but diapers and wipes. And I was like, we're doing that. We're picking this one. This is the one I want to do. And so that just, yeah. And you don't drop it off to the people. You bring it back, and the angel tree people... Charity. Pick it up and take it to the right place because you've labeled what you got for that person. And it was, but I'm hoping it brought a smile to whoever that was. I hope it made a happy Christmas for them. Made my heart feel good to be able to do that.
We did the Operation Shoebox this year. I've heard about it for years. Mm-hmm. I don't know if our old church ever did it, or
I don't remember seeing.
They may have only done it on a Wednesday night group or a special get-together group. They did. We'd see things on Sunday morning we had a special Thursday get-together and everybody stuffed socks to send to a charity. You remember all that stuff? You'd see pictures of everybody downstairs.
Yeah. I'm like,
doing some kind of
happening.
Thing. Right. We didn't know.
Yeah.
But anyway, I think that's what Operation Shoebox would have been at that church.
Yeah. Well, our church announced it, made it known during church, which helps. So we got 3 boxes that we wanted. We decided to fill 3 boxes. I don't know why we came up with that number, but we just did. And we went over to... 1
didn't seem like enough. 3 seemed like that's plenty. I don't know why.
It's okay.
I didn't even know what... I grabbed the papers and just ran out the room. I didn't know what the papers were.
Yeah.
I grabbed 3 papers and 3 boxes, but I think all 3 papers were the same.
They had different age ranges. So they had 2 to 4 and like 5 to 9 and 10 to 14, I think.
So I grabbed
each
3
one
papers.
had
We only used 2 of them.
boy and girl on each side.
Okay.
So we went to the store and I was like, we need to figure out what do we, what gender and what age are we buying for?
Well, we go to the store and we have charity in mind. We want to give back. We want to help. Oh, this would be good for a kid. This would be good. Oh, this is on sale. This is great. Right. This is really nice. Get one of these. Get one of these.
What are we doing? Who are we buying? We need to figure this out so we know what's going in the shoebox.
I don't know, honey, but get this. But get this. And I'm getting all excited. And then I'm like, wait, let's get a shoebox.
Yeah. So he went back out and got a shoebox to see what would fit. And then he was like, what?
We had it in the trunk of our car, so I had to leave and go out and get it.
And then he was like, you know what? How about we just do the genders and ages of our kids? So 2 boys, 2 to 4, and 1 girl, 10 to 14. I was like, perfect. Because we know those 2 age ranges. We can figure that out.
We know what little boys at 4 years old would like, and we know what Lana would like. So it was easy. Made it a lot easier.
Yeah.
So you're not shopping for a cousin. You're not shopping for...
Right. So we filled up those boxes and fit as much in as we could. And, they want you to do, like, a fun thing, but then they also want you to do things that they need. So we got,
We got toothpaste, toothbrushes,
wash
rags.
We got the girl, like a comb and some hair clips and a loofah and some body lotion, but we also got her a fun little, like, toy squishy ball thingy.
That Lana loves.
Yeah.
Lana was jealous when we opened it up and showed it to her, what we got her.
Yeah. And a word find and colored pencils and a pencil holder and erasers, things like that. And then the little boys got toothbrush, toothpaste.
Dinosaurs.
We got them a toy little dinosaur, which the boys were jealous of. They're like, ooh, is that mine? Open it. This is not for you. This is for a little boy that has no dinosaurs. I didn't really compute, but we tried.
Yeah, but the thing was, we know it's a good prize for a 4-year-old.
Yes, right, yes.
And our 10-year-old.
Like it.
Look, Lana loved that little squishy thing.
Yeah. So we got them a dinosaur and a coloring book and crayons, a pencil holder and erasers. I'm missing something else. I know we got other stuff for the little boys.
But we had to literally...
Little books.
We crammed them in.
Books.
We crammed them in that shoebox. And then dumped the shoebox and then tried the girls to see if it fit.
Yeah.
I mean, it was...
Yeah.
I don't know. It was... What made it harder, it'd be easier for us to do that if Lana or Willow were watching the babies.
Yeah. So, no, it was just...
Because the boys were playing with toys. Because the boys were playing with toys. They were grabbing stuff out of the boxes.
Yeah. Because Willow went home for the week and Lana was at a birthday party. And so we ran out to the store real quick while she was at the birthday party. And so we just had the boys. And we put each boy in a cart, but then they wanted to play with they looked at some books for a little bit, and then they wanted to see the dinosaurs. I let them see the dinosaurs, but I didn't let them keep the dinosaurs because we had to give them away. But yeah, they wanted, and then they're pointing to stuff. Oh, can I have this? Oh, can I have that? Oh, look at that. When you're going down the toy aisle, we're like, we're not shopping for you.
So the crazy thing is, our church, I just found this out this week, on average has like 30 people every week on average.
We're a small church.
That's counting the kids in...
We're a growing church.
The daycare center over there. So we did 176 shoeboxes, 175 shoeboxes.
From 30 people?
That's awesome.
I think that's pretty good. Yeah.
So, what is that?
I don't know. You do
175 divided by 30.
Yeah. It's almost 6 boxes a person. Man, we
didn't do enough.
We didn't do enough. Yeah. It's okay. That was our first time doing it. It was fun though. I
wonder if we spent too much. Did everybody else go to the dollar store?
I don't know. I mean, we went to Ollie's. I mean, that's not,
It's not the dollar store.
No, it's not the dollar store. But maybe their stuff will last longer. Because it's not the dollar store.
Well, if I went to the dollar store, we could have bought 12 boxes with what we bought those 3.
Yeah, that's true.
Our 20 boxes. Well, we bought those 3.
Well, I don't know about 20 boxes, but...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what anybody else put in theirs, and we've never done it before, so we don't know if we did it right, but
well, I mean,
I think the kids will be happy.
We went by the guidelines. Get them some, like the color and stuff and all. Get them something fun as well as a toy, and get them hygiene things that they can use. We did all that.
Yeah.
So, I think we did good.
So Lana was at a party.
Yes.
The party was for a friend I went to high school with. So my next door neighbor, like 3 houses down growing up, his name was Chris. And he married a girl named Erin that went to my school. And my little story with Erin was her first name is Leslie. And it was in kindergarten, it was Leslie and Wesley. And kindergarten logic, ooh, she's cute.
She's my future wife.
We're meant to be together. It's got a Leslie Wesley that just fits. And then in first grade, this cute girl comes into class and teachers call and roll, and her name's Erin. Like, wow, she looks just like that Leslie girl, but whatever. I didn't find out till senior year of school that her name is Leslie Erin. Yeah, I didn't know.
He thought Leslie moved away and Erin came in.
I had no idea.
That's
I had no
hilarious.
idea. I told her that.
But I love Erin. She is so sweet. She's so fun to hang out with. But she had her little girl about a month before we had Lana.
And she's popping at the seams. And we got to go over to their house and hold their little girl.
Yes.
And their little girl just turned 13. And Lana's birthday is next month.
Yeah.
And she comes over to... Erin was at our celebratory party, or our viewing party for a Fool Us event.
Yeah, she was.
And Aubrey comes to Lana's little birthday parties and stuff.
Yeah.
We love those guys.
Yeah.
But they had a roller skating event, a roller skating party.
She wanted a roller skating birthday party. Yep.
And Lana
went.
I don't know, Lana was very hesitant that I wasn't roller skating to hold her and help her.
Yeah. She was nervous to go roller skating, which I don't blame her. I don't roller skate. I don't ice skate. I have tried time and time and time again, and all I do is fall. I cannot stay vertical. So I was just over here just saying, give it your best shot. Go, Lana, go. But I had nothing to back it up with because I wasn't going to go.
I had 2 years in college, 2 semesters in college of ice skating, because I saw Steve Wheeler do Magic on Ice, Snoopy's Magic on Ice in Myrtle Beach.
Ah.
All right, so I'm 16, 17 seeing that. And then I go to college, and they have ice skating. And I'm like, that's an elective? I'm taking that. There might be a call. Like, I need a magician that can ice skate.
Yeah.
I'm your man. I might need that.
Hasn't happened yet, but you never know.
It was either that or like basket weaving, and
But hey, you never know. Maybe in the future.
So I was chomping at the bit to go roller skating with Lana, and Natalie's like, "No, I need your help watching the boys."
Yes,
and we had to go get the shoe boxes.
Yes, so there were several reasons. One, the boys wanted to go out there, and Erin had paid for so many little bracelets for people to rollerblade. She didn't need to be paying for him, and I know she would have felt bad if he went and paid for himself. So I was just like, just don't do it. And then also, the boys really wanted to go out with Lana. They saw Lana skate, and they're like, I skate. And if he had left me by myself, and he was out there skating, and Lana was out there skating, it would have made it worse. They would have been like, I want to even more. So
you wouldn't have been able to hold both of them back if I went out. Yeah.
Possibly not.
No, I know you wouldn't.
And so, and then we also needed to go do the...
But they were on their knees watching, and they wanted to stand up, and I'm like, no, you're going to fall over in the rink.
Yeah.
And, please, can I go? Can I go? Please, can I go? No, listen, there's a rule. Look out there. Nobody else out there is wearing diapers. You boys are old enough not to wear diapers, but you're still wearing diapers. Mm-hmm. Once you get out of diapers, you're allowed to roller skate. He pulled his pants up, like hides it. And I'm like, that doesn't help, buddy. I know you have it. They won't let you wear diapers.
You could tell that Lex was really thinking about that.
Yeah.
He was really, but it hasn't helped. I wish it would have, but it hasn't yet. I keep telling them, they get really excited when I mention, maybe we need to buy some and show it to them. But they get really excited when I say, once you go to the potty all the time, no pee and no poo in your underwear. we can get big boy dinosaur underwears for you to wear. And they get so excited about it, but hasn't improved things. So it's
well, I'll
just,
tell them, because we had the potty training expert on a long time ago. How are they doing potty training? Now that they're 4 and a month. 4 and 2 months.
Lex poos on the potty without missing a beat. He will go poop on the potty. He hasn't had an accident. Since the day he started pooping in the potty, he hasn't had a poop accident. Pee, he doesn't care. He'll pee in his pants. He don't care. Julian, he will go pee. He will go poo in the potty. As long as you get him there at the correct time. If you don't get him there at the correct time, he will happily poo and pee his pants. He doesn't care either way. I can go in my pants or I can go in the potty. But he's not going to take the initiative and say, ooh, I got to go potty.
At church this week, all the other kids playing in the nursery, and they're like, somebody pooped.
Yeah. And I said, I bet it's my kid. And it was. It was Julian. And I told him, and I told him, and he got wheels thinking. When I was changing his butt, I said, you can tell Miss Joanne, or they call her Mimi, because her grandkids are in the class, and they were always calling her Mimi, so our kids call her Mimi. You can tell Mimi, or who's ever in there, that you gotta go potty, and they'll take you to the potty. You can go potty. You don't have to go in your pants at church. You could go. And he stopped, and you could see his wheels turning on that one. Like,
good,
somebody
good.
besides mom can take me potty? But anyway, yeah, so we're still working on it. I'm trying to take them, as often as possible. But it's not happening yet.
This morning they wake up and I have to take, they got the long onesie PJs on, so I have to unzip all that and get them completely out of it and undo their diaper, and then I throw them in the bathroom. And they have the little portable toilets. And they shut the door in my face. I mean, they sit down and they shut the door. They like
their privacy.
They're together. I don't know what they're doing. So I hear giggling. I'm like, oh no. So I walked over to my desk. Oh no. So I ran across the room and I went over there. And they got the toilet seat up, but they're not dumping their pee. They like to clean up their mess, which isn't a help. Sometimes it ends up on the wall, sometimes it's on the floor. They're not too good at dumping yet. But they want to help. And they were both in there completely naked, and they were standing across from each other in the toilet. And they were aiming, but nothing was coming out. And they were really trying, and nothing was happening. Did you guys do anything? No. We'll keep trying. And I shut the door. I told you this morning, I don't know if they peed this morning.
Yeah.
And you're like, how do you not know? It's not in the toilet. The little portable toilet, you'll see a pile there.
Even if they dump it, there's still drips in there. You can tell.
How do you know? I don't know, because they tried to go like a big boy today. So yeah. I don't know.
Yep. So
every day is an adventure.
Yep. We'll get there eventually. I'm told that they will get it before they go on their first date. So fingers crossed. But
so you wanted to talk about, we have a whole list of stuff here. You wanted to talk about Thanksgiving at church. I don't know what you want to say about it.
It was just something to talk about. So, I mean, they didn't do it at our old church. I just thought it was fun. So every once in a while our church has I think every church does it, where they get together and have a lunch after church. But ours did it specifically because it was Thanksgiving week. And they're like, we're having a Thanksgiving dinner. And I mean, they made a turkey and everything. So, it was fun.
The cool thing about it is we've been going to that church since January last year.
Yeah.
And we only missed 2 months because we missed 2 months in a row because of MAES vacation and then 6 weeks at that farm.
Yeah.
And when we first went to a luncheon at that church, the boys were just all over the place. I remember I couldn't keep them in their seats. They wanted to run around.
I remember being anxious about the whole thing because I was like, this is a really small church. Do they have high chairs? We're not going to be able to contain them. They're not going to sit in a seat. And it was hard. It was very hard. I talked to nobody because I was getting boys to sit down, and you were talking to somebody, but I was getting them to sit down and trying to feed them and get them to stay.
But this time,
so
relaxing.
Yeah.
The boys ate. They
sat in their seats for the most part. I mean, they are 4. They did get up a few times.
Oh, they got up to help themselves to dessert.
Right. The few times they got up, they went to the table and got brownies. But yeah.
He took his plate, put a brownie on it, walked back over to the table. It was so cute.
Yeah,
Like, whatever,
okay,
dude,
well,
whatever.
I guess when we're at little things like that, and I don't really worry about it. Eat what you want to eat. I don't care.
Oh, I don't care.
When we're at home, we do it a little more strict. We know you don't get a brownie because you didn't eat. But when we're at a fun event like that, I just don't worry about it. But yeah, it was much more relaxing, and I like it. It's fun, and you get to talk to people more in depth than just seeing them after church for a little bit. So it's nice. I don't know. I like our church.
We thinned out the boys' toys.
We did.
Christmas is coming, right? So
yeah,
we got to make room for new crap coming in.
We have quiet time, so the boys will go to quote unquote quiet time. It's supposed to be playing quietly, but they're pretty loud together. But they're up in their room. It just kind of is a change of pace for them.
It's something your mom started with you.
Yeah, and then it's kind of it can be, as long as they don't get in big fights, it can be a little bit of a break for us. And it's only for 2 hours. And so while they were in quiet time, the majority of their toys are down in the living room. So anything that was broken got thrown away. And anything...
Dinosaurs missing legs.
Arms, heads. One dinosaur was a head and 2 body pieces and a leg. I mean, separate. So that got thrown away. And yeah, they are rough on toys. So anything that was broken got thrown away. Anything that they weren't attached to, that they hadn't played with for quite some time, got donated. And we had 3 boxes worth. And it is thinned out, and they haven't even noticed. I have noticed, though, because the mess at the end of the day is so much less than what it was. So
that's great.
Yeah,
that's great.
But we donated a lot. We gave it to our church.
We asked our church if you guys would you want that. That homeschool group I teach at is at a church, and they have 750 families. So anything I donate there just gets all these families just pick through it, and they love it. They appreciate it. They were thanking you for the clothes.
Yeah,
One lady said you gave her a wardrobe for her kid. She's beyond grateful.
And she was like, and the fact that there were so many dinosaurs clothes, that was awesome. I was like, yeah, we are in dinosaur phase over here.
and their kid, if they like the shirt, they're getting 2 of it. So,
right,
I mean,
exactly.
That's awesome for a single kid, yeah.
Yeah, because you can wear one, and then that can be same exact shirt. Whoops, you got messed up that shirt. That's okay, I got a second one. It doesn't even look like you changed your outfit that day. But anyway.
Pretty cool.
Yeah. But yeah, we gave it to our church, and they were happy because our kid population is growing. So when we got there was only one other family. They had 3 little girls. And
they're like, they like run the church. That family like owns the church almost.
And then we added our 2 little boys to that. And then Lana is just by herself in Sunday school with her teacher. And now this past Sunday there were 13 kids?
Something like that.
It was 13 kids back there. So it's growing, which is great. But they're like, we're going to move them to different rooms. And we were thinking we were going to go out and buy toys so there was toys where they were for those kids and toys now in the new location. You're like, you guys helped us so much giving us all these toys. We got a great start. I think they're going to need more. Because, they're expecting to grow more. But anyway, so now hopefully some teenagers will start showing up to church so that Lana can have a couple friends there too. But
I told her that would be great, but I also think she likes her alone time with the teacher.
I think she does like her one-on-one time, but I think she would really like having kids her age there too.
Close friends, yeah.
Yeah, I think so too.
All right, changing the subject.
Okay.
You ready?
Yes.
I want to talk about Patreon. So we've been doing Patreon, I don't know, 2, 3, 4 years now? I don't even know.
Mm-hmm.
And I was teaching at Magiclife, and I got there early, and I said, hey, I got an idea. So I just went on Patreon and just filmed a 11-minute video talking about I called it Magic Class, about, some of the stuff I talk about in my magic lectures for magicians, just the business side of show business, and what should a magician wear? What should you wear? What should you... Like, Piff the Magic Dragon kind of broke the mold, right? But there's magician Jeff McBride, who wears Japanese-themed attire. Copperfield wears like a suit and dress shirt. Dwayne Laughlin wears sequins, which I think is a juxtaposition because he's a big burly guy, and then he has sequins. But then having him on the podcast, he studied under Marvin Roy. Now all those sequins make sense for him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But everybody, so I'm talking about that type of thing. This week I did a video about the importance of posters, sending out posters to library shows, county fair shows, because it's nothing worse than showing up and it's a clipped art bunny rabbit on a daggone poster that says, "Hey, we're going to have a magician."
For
it doesn't say
kitties.
It doesn't say you. It doesn't say your name. It doesn't
have your information.
Doesn't say anything. Yeah. So nobody shows up, and then they're like, "Oh, we tried a magician once and nobody came."
Right.
But then we do a library show, and they're like, "You are a real magician, and we had the best turnout ever." Well, I don't do kiddie magic, like jumping around acting like a clown. And also, I try to be professional. I think it's the professional that they're commenting on, right? Is that what it is, you think? That they're saying you're a real magician? What do you think that is?
Probably you're not playing down to the kids. Hey, kids, that type of thing. And, I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe it's just, I don't know.
Yeah. To us, we're just doing good magic.
Right.
You know what I mean? But anyway, so check out our Patreon account. If you are a patron on Patreon, check out the magic class section, because I just added 2 more videos this week to that section. We have magic lessons on there where I teach magic. One of the Patreon members said, "I love your magic room. I wish you'd just pick up a piece and just tell me about that and, talk about that." So we have like the show and tell type. We have behind the scenes. We have bloopers. Like when we tried to film on that cruise ship and it was like 60-mile-an-hour winds. We were the only people outside. And we're like, why? We got to the end of the thing and her hair was like a tornado.
And we were dressed up nice for whatever dinner. And I'm like Marilyn Monroe holding down my dress. Because, that was some wind.
So that's in the bloopers reel.
It was fun.
Yeah. So anyway, we have bloopers. We have behind the scenes for our television show. We post our television show on there, so you don't have to check it out on any of the streaming services that it's streaming on right now, or find it on cable or satellite. If you're a Patreon member, you get access to it right away. So patreon.com/Wes_Iseli for Patreon. We're still having internet issues.
Yup. So today it got real bad. And I was like, I can't do office work. I kept getting kicked off the internet and I couldn't send emails. I kept getting kicked off the internet, so my computer couldn't send the signal to the printer to print something. And I was like, Wes, this is ridiculous. So he called again, and every time we call, they want to do something from their end and resend a signal, and it looks like it's fine from our end. It looks like it's running great. And
as soon as you hang up, YouTube starts buffering again.
Right, and you have something on for the kids, and you pay for Disney, you pay for Netflix, you pay for internet, and you can't use any of it because it's buffering for so long.
That's why I got frustrated during that Mike Tyson and Jake Paul fight. I thought it was our internet because that makes sense. It's buffering over and over and over again. That's us.
It was just Netflix. So anyway, Wes called him. He's like, "I'm throwing the phone at you." I'm like, "No." So of course, English is not their first language.
And it was a 12-minute call tree, but even getting to somebody. So I did the 12 minutes, and then I threw it to her. Because I've been calling for the past 3 months.
Right. I don't know. A long time. So I told the lady, I said, look, our internet was working fine. Then our modem started overheating. So you guys sent us a new modem. You sent us the wrong modem. So you sent somebody out to figure out what was wrong. He was like, oh, that's the wrong modem. So he replaced it with what he had in his car. We have not had good internet since. If you look back at our history of calls, you can see that we
Ma'am,
called
can you just reset your system? Ma'am,
time upon time.
Can you just reset your system?
So I said no. I said, and I don't want you to do anything from your end. I don't need you to resend a signal. I don't need you to make it another name and tell me that that's a better line to
So they've done that
join.
Before.
I don't need you to do anything from your end. I need you to send somebody out. She's like, but ma'am, if you go over to your modem and I can... No. We have already done that. And I was trying to be as nice as possible.
And I'm like, oh, no, just try it, Natalie.
I said, no, we're not doing that anymore. I don't know how many times, but I mean, probably at least 8 to 10 times we have called, and that is what happened. And it helps for about 10 minutes, and then I'm kicked off anything that's not hardwired into the internet. So the only thing hardwired into the internet is his computer. Everything else, my computer, the printer, the TVs, the iPads, anything else that uses Wi-Fi, it's crap. And I said, I don't want to do this again. This is what you do every time. You give us one reason or another. And I said, I don't want to send somebody out. And after a couple times of going through that, she finally said, okay. Well, it looks like, and she had to, I don't know if she had to get permission from her manager or what. I don't know, but I was on hold for a little bit. And she came back, she's like, okay, well, the next available time to come out is on Saturday, and blah, 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 blah. I was like, all right, fine, send them. And then she said, no, I just want to let you know that if it is an issue on our end, there will be no fee charge. But if there is an issue on your end, it's a $99 charge. I said, no, ma'am, it's not. And she said, well, I'm letting you know that it is. I said, no, ma'am, it's not. I said, you can mark in your notes, please. And I said it nicely. I said, it's not your fault. So please just mark it in the notes that I am not paying $99. I don't care which side the problem is coming from. The issue is with you. Not you personally, but the company. Because it all started with this modem that you sent to our house. That is the issue. Therefore, I am not paying $99. She goes, okay, well, you have a nice day, ma'am. I said, did you note it? Did you note it down on the notes that I'm not paying the $99?
Natalie scares me.
And she goes,
Natalie's
you have a nice day. I said, no. Did you note it? She said, yes, ma'am, I noted it. I said, okay, thank you. I appreciate that. You have a nice day.
She hung up the phone and said she didn't note it.
I know. I was like, she didn't note it. But at least I can call back and I can say, you know those phone calls that you record? Can you please go back and listen to the last one? I said I wasn't paying you $99 because I'm not paying the $99.
How could it be on our end? How could it be on our end?
The modem. It's the freaking modem.
But how could it be on our end? Like, you ran over the cable line or something?
I don't know, but they're going to say it's something with the modem. You know that's it, and that's on our end. I'm not paying, but that's what
if it's on our end, it's their modem.
Anyway, what I'm saying is I'm not paying the $99.
That's probably why I was in the back of his truck when they sent us the wrong one, because somebody else returned it because it wasn't working. That's why he had it in the back of his truck. Possibly. And the guy told me when he came here, he said, oh, by the way, these modems aren't that good because if you have any kind of lightning power, no matter if you're hooked up to a surge protector or not, they're dust.
Great. So,
Natalie
anyway,
said I didn't tell her that one.
I don't remember that, no, but I believe you that he said that. But, I mean, I'm just saying, I have paid, I mean, it was the beginning of the summer when this started happening. I have paid internet bill all these months that I am having crappy internet. All I'm asking is to have good internet. That's all I'm asking. And not to be charged an extra $99 for them to fix a problem that they haven't been able to fix for at least 6 months.
I have over 3,000. I have over 3,000 DVDs. We have a great DVD collection. But we're paying for internet. I feel stupid putting DVDs in to entertain the kids during the day.
And we're paying for Disney Plus, and we're paying for Netflix.
Right.
I'd like to be able to use those without having to sit through the circle, buffering. I mean, we used to have good internet until the whole modem thing. So that's why I'm like, it's not a me issue, it's a you issue. And I'm not paying you to fix the problem that you caused.
So when I get on there and she says I'm rude to the people, what do I say to people? Because sounds rude to me. What do I say to them?
I wasn't rude because I told her. I said, this is not your fault, ma'am. But I need you to note down that I am not paying $99.
Did you note it?
Right, because she ignored me.
I know.
That's the thing. I said that and she said, okay, well, you have a good day. I'm like, no. You need to note it. Did you note it on your thing? That's what I said.
But what do? I get crazy on the call trees.
You get pissed off, and then you just start yelling at them. I didn't raise my voice.
The call tree drives me crazy because I tell the people, can I have your social, the 4 digits of your social? I've already given it to this call tree 4 times. Would you verify your address? I've already done that too.
Yeah.
What's your phone number? What's a good callback number? I've already done that. I punched it in. What are you calling for? Well, that was button 3. I told you I was calling for trouble support.
And then by the time somebody gets on the phone, he's yelling at them instead of... But anyway.
What is call support for? And today, there wasn't an option for technical support.
There's no option. They want you to talk to the computer, for the computer to resend a signal, for the computer to get your speed back up. And then it's forever to try and get a real person. Or it hangs up on you. And you're like...
Got to do it all again.
Yeah.
What's the last 4 of your social? What's the phone number?
So that's why he handed the phone to me. But, I mean, I don't think I was rude. I was just blunt. I mean...
You scare me.
And I don't know why I scared you.
You scared?
I was just up front.
No, in general. In general. Not just today.
And
in
I
life.
have it recorded on that conversation that they say is everything's recorded for quality purposes, which their quality sucks. But anyway, now they have it recorded that I told them I'm not paying for it because it's their issue. I don't care where it's found, whether it's found on my end or their end. It is something that they did. So.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving. Hopefully we get internet. But I think we're going to switch internet anyway.
But, like...
I want to go to Starlink, but down on our porch, on our back porch and our side, you can't find a good spot. But we have satellite for the TV that works fine. But you don't want to get up on the roof to see if that's a good spot.
I can't get on the roof.
So.
We put the gutter guards in and almost died. Somebody got on the roof? They probably had harnesses and things. Well. I mean, I got a 30-foot ladder. It barely reaches the low end.
Well, we got to figure out somehow. How are we going to figure out whether or not Starlink will work?
You got to hire a real man to come out here and install it.
Not install it. You got to just get somebody up there to see if that's not any obstructions.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Find a real man. Yeah, I don't want to mess up my fingers. I need them for magic. The only other thing I had marked on here is our magic shop, Black Friday. We have a ton of deals on there. If you go to magiciansmagicshop.com or wesisley.com, go to the magic shop, but click the button that says Behind the Curtain, and that is our one-of-a-kind items. That is always, year-round, really discounted. And along the shop, there are deals just for Black Friday, and I have a lot of discounted stuff. One of our wholesale companies has MAP pricing, which is must advertise price. So I have to advertise it at retail. I don't get a choice, or they won't let me buy from them anymore. So that's the only reason some of the items are
not for sale.
A lot of the items not for sale. No,
right.
They're
not
on
sale. Is what
not
I
on
meant.
sale. I can't make them sale prices.
Right.
But another thing about the website is I list a new item or new items every single day. 6-7 items each week is brand new items on the website. And unlike the big magic shop sites, you get that call tree. And if you have a question, you don't get to talk to anybody. You send them an email, or you don't. You get me and Natalie. You get real customer support. So if you need something, or if you want to order something, you have a question, I have Patreon members that call me, and other fans of ours, friends of ours that order from us all the time. They're like, hey, this new product come out. Do you think I can do that? I have arthritis, or I don't have a left hand. Can I do that trick? Yes or no. I'll just tell you bluntly whether you can do the trick or not. So,
and don't forget, if you want art on a card, Lana is selling her artwork on there too.
That is on the merchandise page. So if you click on the button that says merch, instead of where I just told you to go was behind the curtain for the one-of-a-kind items, go to the merchandise page, scroll to the bottom, and that's all of Lana's art cards. So she's painting on bicycle playing cards and little sunset scenes. She did
all sorts of things.
Yeah,
I think she might be doing some Christmas stuff here. I think. But
we told her to do some Christmas stuff.
Yeah, I don't know if she's got
they're $5 each, guys.
And
she
it goes
does
to
paint
her.
them by hand. It takes her hours to do these.
Yeah.
She says, the bad thing about cards, Dad, I have to put 6 layers of white down, so you have to wait for it to dry. And then, because she doesn't want it bleeding through. So she's
taking it serious.
She's really putting time and effort in these. Check them out. I think you'll like them. They're only $5. The money goes 100% to her savings account for when she's an adult. We just released that to her. So That doesn't go to bubblegum and lollipops. That goes to her savings.
Future. Yep.
So, did we do enough time?
Yes.
Is that enough time?
Yep.
Guys, thank you so much. Listen, Santa bailed on us twice. We had the actress that she got on call. That's a great. Even magicians. Hey, I booked a show. I can't do your podcast.
That's
God
right.
bless you. Good job. Go crush it, man.
Yep.
Go. We'll figure it out.
Ow.
But tonight, the other guy, he couldn't.
I don't know why he bailed, but he did.
I think it was the internet thing. He had to borrow his
Riverside
roommate.
thing?
It's roommate's computer or something.
Okay.
But anyway, we're here. We're here.
Hey, and we came up with an hour's worth of stuff.
There you go.
We did pretty good.
Thank you guys for listening. Thanks for everything. Have an amazing Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Remember, if you're on a diet or trying to do good,
have a plan and stick to it.
Listen to her. She knows what she's talking about. Other than that, everybody else, strap it on and have a great time.
I thought you were ready to do anything. I was like,
All right, ready? The only thing we have left to say is, see you next week. Check us out online at wesisley.com and patreon.com/Wes_Iseli for behind-the-scenes videos, blooper videos, never-before-seen footage, discounts on merchandise, magic trick tutorials, and more. That's Wes Iseli, spelled Wesiseli.